Good morning. As children of God, we know the significance of the crucifixion of today and throughout this week until Sunday when Jesus was risen from the dead. We know that God has taken on the burden of our sins. He has been crucified for the redemption of our sins. You know, He didn't have to do it. But because He loves us so much, He went ahead and He was crucified. It is not just mere words, but in His words in Matthew 27, verses 32 to 56, we see where He has been crucified. He has been crucified. An innocent man has been crucified for the redemption of our sins. Our sins. We are the sinners, and He had been crucified for the redemption of our sins. Yet still we reject Him. We do not place significance on His love, on the fact that He has gone that extra mile to give us a second chance. You know, we look at it and we realize that they rejected Him. You know, we rejected Him. We stripped Him. But at times we look at it and we say, okay, we go through simple rejection. And we say that we don't have a right to be rejected. We think that because some of us, we think that because we are high and mighty that, rejection does not affect us, that it is not for us, that we are not supposed to be rejected. But this is not so. Jesus was innocent, but He was rejected. And even though He was rejected by His people, He went ahead and He took the burden of our sins. He was crucified for our sins. They stripped Him. And they placed a thorn on His head and placed a reed in His hands. Now, we may be wondering what a reed is. A reed is a tall, slender plant. You know, it is from the grass family and it grows in the water and marshy land. Now, knowing that it is just a tall, slender plant, it gives you the impression that it is basically a little, fenke plant, a feeble plant. Now, when you look at it, the dictionary tells us that it signifies a weak or impressionate person. Look what we thought of Jesus. Look what we thought of Him. We place a reed in His hand to signify that He is weak and impressionate. And an impressionable person. But this is not so. Jesus is the Son of God. He is the Almighty. He was not weak to be crucified on the cross. He showed a level of strength that none of us has. He showed a level of faith that none of us had. He took on the crucifixion. He took on our sins. And He went on that cross, an innocent man, to die for us as children of, as his people. No, if that is not strength, I don't want to know what strength is. He was mocked. He was spat upon. He was given vinegar and gall to drink. When He thirsted, He was given only vinegar and gall. Children of God, We have taken God for granted for too long. We have taken Him for granted for far, far too long. It is full time now that we need to get up and we need to give God what is unto Him. We need to glorify Him. We need to give Him everything. He did not hold back when He died on that cross for our sins. He did not die for only some of our sins. He did not die for only some of us. He went ahead and He was crucified on the cross for all of us. He was crucified for you. He was crucified for me. He took on all the burdens of sin that we carry. And it gives us now the opportunity to be redeemed from our sins. It gives us an opportunity to live. It gives us an opportunity that we will be saved and that our souls will not be lost. So this morning as we go ahead, we know that this morning we tend to eat a lot of bun and cheese. But this morning as we are going about our day, let us just reflect on how good and how gracious God is. Let us reflect on God. Let us reflect on His love for us. Let us reflect on, what He has done for us. In St. John 3 verse 16, He said, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him will not perish, but have everlasting life." And He did not only say that, but it was demonstrated on the cross. On that dreadful day in Golgotha, it was demonstrated. People, God is not only a God of words, He's a God of actions. And as such, we have to be careful. We have to be careful, for we don't want our souls to be lost. And so we need to pour out our everything in Him. And we need to serve Him. Serve Him as the man who died on the cross. He came to earth and He walked this earth in flesh. An innocent man. And He died on the cross for the redemption of our sins. So as we go today, let us just reflect on Him. Let us reflect on the love of Jesus. Let us reflect on His goodness. Let us reflect on His grace. Let us reflect on how good and how gracious He is to us, because we don't deserve Him, but through mercy, He saves us. And we know that we can do nothing without God. And because of that, this morning, He was risen because He loves us and He cares for us. He went and He died. And He has risen. He has risen. What a glorious God we serve. What a magnificent God we serve. Let us reach out and touch Him today. Let us give Him our hearts. Let us give Him our all. Let us serve Him. Let us humble ourselves this morning and serve Him. Let us give Him what He has given us to give to Him. Let us glorify His name this morning. He has given us that opportunity, another opportunity to glorify His name. So just let us let go of whatever we are harboring in our hearts. Let's let go of everything. Clear our hearts. Ask the Lord to purge us and to cleanse us. And as we walk with Him today, Let us just walk with Him all the rest of the days of our lives and seek Him. Learn about Him. Learn His words. We can know about Him. We can know about His goodness because He had made that provision for us in His word, the Bible. So let us throw ourselves at His feet this morning. Let us give Him all the honor. Let us give Him all the glory. And let us give Him all the praise. Thank you all for watching. May God bless you today. May He bless you tomorrow. May He bless you always.